morning, esteemed scholars, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. On the days of 3rd and 4th October this week, at the Faculty of Engineering and Information Technology within the University of Medicine, Pharmacy, Sciences and Technology of Târgu Mureș, the 13th International Conference on Interdisciplinarity in Engineering took place. The conference activities and talks focused on the topic of Industry 4.0, namely the development of a new generation of intelligent factories by digitizing the manufacturing and assembly process. The conference boasted the presence of 8 international keynote speakers, as well as of participants coming from 5 different continents and 18 countries. My guest here in the studio is one of the keynote speakers, the eminent professor Abdelazim Negm from Egypt. Welcome to our studio, Professor.
Welcome, thank you.
Thank you for accepting our invitation.
It is my pleasure.
I would like to speak mainly about the conference today, but before that, please introduce yourself to our viewers.
Yes, this is Professor Abdelazim Negm from Egypt. I came from Zagazig University of Egypt. It is a big university. We participated in this conference for several years because we are partner in this conference. My specialization, actually, it was about water engineering, but after I got promoted the professorship, I became very interested in environmental engineering and recently developed technology and sustainability to cope my knowledge and information and to be able to educate the student about the recent technologies. Therefore, I become also interested in Industry 4 as this is the emerging technology in this era.
Okay. Can you tell us what sparked or what triggered your interest in the field of water engineering first?
Well, water is essential of all the lives.
Exactly.
So it is a very important issue. It is main natural resources, not only in Egypt, but in all countries, because without the water we cannot live, or without keep our life in good. I did many publications. Up to now, I have maybe up to 350 published works among papers and chapters and even books. During the last 2 years, I published, I edited mainly about 14 books, most of them about water resources and environmental engineering, to help the researchers in this field to get the best knowledge and the latest knowledge in the field.
Yes. And what is the current state of affairs when it comes to this important resource, water? Do we have enough water on the planet?
It is a difficult question because only we have fresh water less than 1%. And it is not equally distributed. This is the main problem. So natural resources are not equally distributed, but we have to cope ourselves with these limited resources. And we have to go to new water resources like desalination. For example, some countries like Slovakia, it contains plenty of water. Excess of water. But in Egypt, for example, we have less amount of water. Most of the water is coming from the Nile River, about 97. It is fixed amount. So now we are very poor. Some countries are poor in water, some countries are rich in water, so it is not equally. But thanks for science and technologies because they educate us how to develop new resources. But on the other side, the human being have a good responsibility to take care of the resources because it should not be polluted, to keep it good for our health and our plant and our animal. If it is polluted, then we add more concern about the usability of this water. So all people should behave ethically toward the water
Yes.
to make it usable and useful as much as possible.
As far as you know, is Romania a country in which this resource is plentiful? Do we have problems here with water, as far as you know?
I think no.
No.
But people should take care because
Still.
with time
Yes.
it will be
It will
a
disappear.
problem because
Right.
the people population is increasing and the water resources is limited.
Yes,
It will be
right.
with time. It will be a great problem for all the people because otherwise, if we cannot limit our growth in the population and keep our resources out of degradation and pollution, we will suffer in the future.
Okay.
So it will be a problem.
Yes. So everyone, every country, in fact, is responsible for preserving this essential resource,
Yes, of course.
irrespective of how much of the water they have in their country.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
This is essential.
Are you? You have just mentioned that you have been participating at this conference for a number of years, and this means you are not for the first time in Târgu Mureș.
Yes.
How many times have you come to Târgu Mureș then?
I remember I participated in this conference. This is for the fifth time.
Okay.
The first time was in 2016. I gave a keynote speaker about how the environmental economy can help us to achieve society welfare. Okay, first year it was about educator for sustainability.
Okay.
How should be educator for to make the people aware for and work for sustainability? Because you know the sustainability agenda started 2 years ago, and it was mainly the last this 10 year 2020 up to 2030. So each country have some agenda to contribute to sustainability agenda. So for this reason, education also should be modified to cope with this. We should educate the people how to behave to contribute with the country to achieve sustainability goals.
Okay.
And we are lucky that Industry 4 comes online within this time, before maybe about less than 10 years ago, to also help us to achieve sustainability.
Yes.
We'll comment later.
Yes, you have just mentioned this concept of Industry 4.0. Now, can you explain to our academic community that is not necessarily made of, is not made only of engineers, what this concept of Industry 4.0 is and how industry evolved in time?
You know, as the early long before, everything was making by hand.
Okay.
Then at 1780,
Okay.
we started the first revolution to start the mechanization of the product. Then on 1870, started the second revolution. It was concerned about mass production.
Automation.
And then
Mass production. Mass
in
production.
1970,
Yes.
we started automation and started the year of robotics. Then in 2011, the first term Industry 4 appears in the literature of Germany. Germany people through the research center, they did the heavy work about this. Most of the publication appeared in Germany, and the term started in 2011. Industry 4 started at that time. But Industry 4, it is about fully automation. Automation started in 1970, but now we are talking about fully automation of the production process from taking the raw material until reach it to the customers. This means that we will have almost zero defect, low cost, high efficiency, good production, and many others advantage of using the most recent technologies. For example, simulations, Internet of Things, fully robotics, and augmented reality, cyber security, and many others pillars of the industry. All these actually will help the production process to be fully automated.
You mentioned that the production process will be more effective due to this fully automation of factories. So they are creating now intelligent factories or smart factories. Do you think that the customers will also benefit from this fourth industrial revolution? Will the products be more sophisticated or better or cheaper or in?
Actually, the cost will be reduced,
Okay.
so customer will benefit. One of the main great aim and targets that will satisfy the customers. We have the customer needs and will reduce the product to satisfy them. Actually, this is one of the main aim, and to reduce the cost. Cost will be reduced largely, maybe in some cases up to 50%. So it will be, but on the other side, we have some threats. Because everything is automated, this means if something happens, threats like a hacker or these attacks, some target attacks, they will create a big problems. So on the other side, scientists should do their effort to make the cyber physical security more secure. Because the big damage may occur if anything will attack. Then the production will go down and sometimes the factory will stop. So this is a big challenge, and they will work on this to make the smart factories safe as much as possible. This is the big threat of the smart factories.
So this revolution is still at the beginning and still dealing with a lot of challenges, especially
those. It just started.
Yes,
it has
just
started,
started.
And within the next few years, maybe it will become matured. Because this starts the term in 2011, and it is much progressive now. Because can you imagine that 80% of the information are only generated within the last 2 years? So it's a big amount of information.
Yes.
For this reason, we found that the term big data. Big data is very important because it easily can deal with this large information regardless of its pattern.
Yes.
And get values from it. Like, WhatsApp and Facebook, and milliard messages are there.
From
How you
fields.
can analyze this and get useful information from this? This is one of the big data.
I see.
So smart factories also utilize the big data because customer demands will be there, raw material will be there, everything will be there, and everything will be automated to reduce the cost and get efficient production.
Yes. Are there such factories already functioning anywhere in the world?
I think there is some factories in Germany, in Japan, and some developed countries because, for example, but not fully automated. Because still, so for example, simulation is made in somewhere, and the start implementation could be automated.
Yes.
But still simulation, it is mixed separately. But in smart factory, simulation will be there, integrated with the whole process. So I think the fully automated, including all items, it is not started yet. But it will start within the next few years.
Yes,
because they will work on this.
Yes, and every manufacturers have to do something to keep up with this new trend. Otherwise, they will their business will be affected.
Yes, of course. Academia is working with experts from the industry because industry, us as academia, we would like to develop this. We need to do that. Then academia start to work on this simulation. What is the best way to do this? Then try to industry implement this and go back. This is a go and feedback process. Finally, until the industry reaches its goal.
Yes.
But it takes time. But currently with the technology, the time is reduced much to achieve the goals.
Yeah, so there is a lot of refining going on between the two fields, the industry and academia, as you said.
The two major actors, yes.
Yes.
Industry and academia, yes.
So a lot of feedback
Of course.
going in both directions. The title of the keynote paper you presented at the conference, at this 13th international conference that happened in Târgu Mureș, was Connectivity between University Green Environment and Industry 4.0. Can you tell us what this paper was about?
Yes. Actually, without this connectivity, Industry 4 could not be achieved. Why? Because let me first to define what is a university environment. A green environment means ethical environment, means a healthy environment. If the university have this healthy environment, means this education is qualified enough, educators is qualified enough, it is research oriented, invention oriented. We educate the student how to solve the complex problem, how they can think critically, how they could be creative. So this environment, we call it a green environment because this is mean green thinking. You think also for the future and all the time to help a human and to make to satisfy the community. So this includes also the good interaction with the industry. We are not working alone in the academia. We should satisfy the community, and the industry is a major player in the community. So my talk is about this, I give an introduction about Industry 4 and the main pillars of the Industry 4, and explain how the academia and the university professor and the experts make big achievement to the industry through their research work and invention and this. Yeah. This is the main idea of that.
Okay. This conference in Târgu Mureș was organized as a partnership between three universities. Our university, the university you come from, Zagazig University in Egypt, and the University McMaster in Canada. Plus, there is also the Romanian Academy of Technical Sciences supporting this. You have a wide experience of attending and organizing conferences. Can you tell us your opinion about this event that you have just attended?
Although it was in a small university before, now the university is big after merging together engineering with medicine, the bigger university. But the last conferences, I said it well organized well. Very well. At the beginning, I sent two of my students to attend the conference. Then they came to me, they said, although the university is small and a small city, but the conference is very well established and very well organized and containing many people from different countries. and the topics are new topics. So then I thought I should go to this conference to attend. I communicated with Mr. Moldofan and discussed with him how can contribute in the conference. This time we developed an MOU between our university and this university. Then I attended to deliver the first keynote talk about environmental economy and society welfare.
Okay.
So actually I was enjoyed very much the conference because it seems like it is in a very big university and well-developed community. So after that I decided to attend every year as much as possible.
Okay, and also help organizing it in the
We're
last
part
year.
of the organization,
Yes. Yes.
Because we never participate in any conference. We only participate in the conference that it seems good conference, well organized, to add value to the conference.
Okay. Did you have the chance to visit Romania, or have you had the chance to visit Romania?
Yes, I visited. First time I came to Bucharest, and I visited some places, the old city and the big garden there. And also I visited some places in Turgomosh. But another year I came to the airport of Cluj.
Yes.
Also I went to see the city, but but other cities I did not visit.
Okay.
But we found that we feel that we are in Egypt. Yeah, in many culture, many places, building, the people are
similar.
Yeah, we feel that we are in our country.
Yeah.
This is my feeling. If my colleagues who came with me last year and the year before the last, they have the same feeling. I did not tell them, but after we go through the city, they say this, we feel that we are in Egypt. We are not in a foreign country.
Okay.
So this is
That's very
pleasure.
interesting. Yes, your presence here was facilitated by this program Erasmus Plus K107. This is a program which offers mainly engineers by profession the opportunity to have mobilities to our other universities. Now, are we talking here about bi-directional flow between Zagazig University in Egypt and the University in Târgu Mureș?
Yes. We started our bilateral cooperation after we signed the MOU, Memorandum of Understanding between the two universities. Then the university applied for Erasmus and included us. They will come this application. During the year 2017, I came with 5 people. The dean came with me and one colleague from electrical department. We were all about 5 or 6 people, and we enjoyed very much the teaching for the student in the Faculty of Engineering. And they asked me many questions. You are interesting and intelligent. Then in the spring of the same year, we received 4 persons, including the rector and vice rector and the dean and the head of one of the department. They came also. They gave some lecture and presentation and stayed with our rector there and. Also, we give them an opportunity to visit our museum. We have a museum in the university. And also, we joined with them to just see the ancient Egyptian culture.
Yes.
Actually, it was very interesting. After that, also, we came another time. This is maybe the 3rd time we participated in the Erasmus program.
Okay.
Actually, this is a very good experience between the two universities. It is about cross culture and giving new. Always we try to educate the student about new technologies and new recent things to make them aware of the.
Are there any chances of extending these mobilities to include other specialists from other fields of activity within these universities? I mean, not only in engineers, students also. Can they also go in mobilities, or will they be able to?
Yes, already we extended our collaboration to other fields because so my colleagues here in Romania, I try to contact some of them. We produced a big volume about water resources management in Romania. It will be appear on the website of Springer maybe after 2 months. So this is a good resources for the engineer and the water resources scientist. The other side is we are going to allow for the student to participate. This year, the Erasmus program allowed 2 students from Egypt to come here to study during the spring, next spring, and we will receive 1 student from Romania to study 1 semester in Egypt. Maybe in the future we can increase number, and other fields also we are going to include. Maybe we are going to extend our collaboration to other fields because last year. And not last year, maybe last April, we signed, this university and our university signed a new cooperation protocol between the EU university and the university to extend our collaboration to medicine campus. And we are planning this time to meet the Dean of the Dentistry. We are going to make further detailed collaboration between the dentistry faculty and our faculty of dentistry.
Okay.
Yes, we are planning to this during this.
This is wonderful news. Thank you for the honor of coming here to our studio and sharing with us important information, valuable information about the evolution of industry and of science. And for sharing your experience of being in Romania with our academic community.
Thank you so much. It is my pleasure to be with you here to share some of my experience, and thank you so much.
This is the end of the interview. I am Corina Lirca, and my guest today was Professor Abdelazim Negm, one of the most important contributors to the 13th International Conference of Interdisciplinarity in Engineering. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful afternoon.